Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Timekeeper. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to sound like Alienpark. Let's go.
Now let me throw it down.
So pretty much when you look up Alienpark tutorial on YouTube, you're not really going to get much. You're just going to get some dripment videos and his track breakdown. But here's the little example track I made here.
I fear that his evil has... Brace yourself.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I have the build up from their song Mass Destruction, so let me go over the most important thing here, which is the drums first, which is something I usually never do. So here's the kick snare. That actually sounds terrible on its own, but like with the track playing, it actually sounds pretty fine. But this is what we got here. I used a punchy kick, which is this one called Focused. A nice stompy kick. And then we have it layered with a kick clap, a normal clap. So we got this, then this, and they're all EQ'd with G clip on it. This is how Alienpark makes his kick and snare. But this time I actually kind of nailed it. This is like a step in the right direction on what to do to make his drums. And I'm so proud that I did it from scratch. Because, like... it's pretty cool. So, let's go into the bases here. So first things first, we have this sustain here. Pretty much just a normal Serum preset. This is one of my personal presets. So we're FMing from B, high notch filter, modulating up. Everything's pretty much controlled by one or two LFOs. This one's kind of controlling the vibrato and stuff like that. So we got some tube distortion, we got some phaser, we have a compressor, EQ, and a reverb filter. Because without the reverb filter, although that still sounds fine, but the reverb filter kind of makes it sound a little more, I guess, full. So next up, we have this gun preset that I made a while ago. So I had made this gun preset as kind of a response to Nosphere's video where he reviewed one of Dripman's videos. And I was like, you know what? I'm so sick of Dripman getting all this attention and his stoned level tutorials not sounding like stoned level, so I made this gun, and this was actually for a scrap tutorial video, so... pretty much, I'm using a transient from a percussion, and as for effects, we have Diode 2 with some hyperdimension. Everything's pretty much being controlled by LFO 1. We got some EQ, some combs, and reverb. And LFO 2 is pretty much controlling the bend and the sub level, which is not even being used because it's turned off. This right here is just another variant of it, but it's a laser version of it that I just made. Pretty much just an init saw, no effects, just an init saw with sync, level, and a high notch filter to get that laser effect. We got some disperser going on as well. Pretty cool. Next up, we have this nice chug bass. I made this chug bass out of boredom. It's pretty much using Growl 4 on remap. I need to start using remap more. So we got a high notch filter. It's just one oscillator. Pretty much one LFO is controlling everything. The wavetable position, the remap, and the level. We got a high notch filter. As for effects, we just got hyperdimension, tube distortion, and compressor. For the post-processing, I'm using the swag rack that Revolpe uses all the time, like OTT, Camel Crusher combo. And next up, we have another chug layer. This one actually does sound like a chug bass. I'm using the Monster 4 wavetable. And somebody who actually does make chug basses actually told me how to make chug basses like the quarter note sustain people. Just turn the unison up, and then turn the detune up, and then just have, like, the flow be controlled by individual notes instead of the LFO. Because, like, if I were to just, like, play this outright, you kind of start getting that phase effect because the random is turned down with the unison up, so you're pretty much not getting much effect. So I just have individual notes controlling it just so it's the same every single time. For effects, we get some hyperdimension. Pretty much LFO1 is controlling everything again. We get some hyperdimension. We got some tube distortion, some compression, combs filter without the combs filter. It just sounds like a growl with combs filter. Kind of brings out some tone in it. And we also got some reverb as well. And down here, we actually have some samples. We have some virtual riot glitches right here. And we got this sound. And then we kind of have the background gun basses here. And then we have this one. And then we have another background chug. And then we have another sort of gun here. Now, I love doing this. I love layering samples under basses that I've made in Serum. It just makes it sound more full and more cool. And, you know, I love it. So, what else shall we go over? Okay, so for the second section, I was inspired by a Vastiv and Alienpark ID for, like, the second part here. So yeah, so this part right here. So for the deep wub section, I have another sustain here. It's pretty much another sustain preset I have. I learned this from Revolpe's Patreon. This exact sustain. For effects, we just got some simple distortion, some compressor, and an EQ. And LFO1 is pretty much controlling the noise. It's kind of vibrating the noise a little bit. Because, like, without it, if I were to turn it off, there's no difference, but sometimes it does make a difference. Next up, we have a nice little laser beam here that I made. Laser beam. I made this nice little laser here. I tried to make it sound like Alienpark, but I kind of like how that sounds. It's pretty much just a saw wave turned up, 4 semitones with some sync, and yeah, what happens if I actually turn this to 7? Okay, that's cool. We kind of get more. But I kind of like that more. And next, to kind of get that low tone that you hear, I kind of have a low basic shape saw wave with MG low 12 with controlling the level and the cutoff. And in effects, we just have hyperdimension, tube distortion, and compressor. Very, very simple to get this low tone bass. And pretty much we have the same basses from before. Just doing this, and then we have different variants of the chug bass. So we got this one, which is pretty much using the thin thick wavetable. All the settings are pretty much the same, other than just some little tweaks here and there. We got this one too. Pretty much the same one, just little tweaks here and there. Pretty much same old. And we got some more samples here. And then some more guns, pretty much. Doing the same thing, and they kind of switch up flow here. You got this. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. Breakdown wise, I'm actually really proud that I got the drums sounding close to how Alienpark does his drums, and I didn't even watch a video on how he makes them. Other than a stream a long time ago, but I don't even have that archive, so that's saying a lot. Well, there you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and yeah. See see you guys in the next tutorial. Probably part 2 for the melodic bass marathon. So yeah.